Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, outsiders of all ages, it is Wednesday. It is 8:30 when we are speaking to you. Bring your beverages. Let's go. It is the Outsiders. And as always, it's brought to you by the good folks at Poncho. Let me show you the spring shirts first, and then we'll show you what we're wearing. I got a couple of these bad boys. The Bat Masterson, I love. The Pinos Altos, I love. This is my favorite kind of poncho. Springtime Western shirts. PonchoOutdoors.com. Love the short sleeve with the mother of pearl snap. Remember to mention Orange Bloods Live or the Outsiders when you order. Now, remember, we don't just talk about it around here. We are about it around here. There's ponchos all over the place. This guy's got a poncho on tonight. Yeah, he does.
Brand new, straight out of the package.
This guy's got a poncho on tonight, and in a second, he's got a great idea for you. This guy's wearing a poncho tonight as well. Oh, it got a little pixelated, but that's okay. That's his Wi-Fi, not the shirt. The shirt will not come pixelated to your house, I promise. And I'm just wearing the old nice T-shirt. I sleep in them all the time. They're so comfy. You'll love them. The short sleeve, long sleeve shirts are terrific. So make sure you order your poncho now. Let's introduce the Outsiders, find out what we're drinking, and we're going to start with a good piece of advice tonight. So pay attention if you're a certain size human. Your upper left is the quarterback. It's Mach 5. Chance, what are you drinking? And give them your advice.
Well, first I'm going to tell you what I'm drinking because I will highly advise this beverage, which you can find at your local Specs. It really is. It takes its name. Its name is incredible because its name describes what it is. It's called Buddy, Buddi, and it's just your little buddy, and it is incredible. And you put it over ice. It comes in strawberry. And it's called your Buddy. And so I'm having a Buddy. Okay.
How strong is my buddy? Like, how strong a buddy are we talking about?
Yeah,
10 milligrams strong.
Oh wow!
Is this like an 8% buddy in a fight, or is this more like a 25%, buddy in a fight?
This is like Bob Marley in a fight for 10 rounds.
Yeah, this is if Bob Marley and Cheech and Chong made a beverage.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Everybody has a buddy who's like, right now you guys are cool, but you have to be worried that in an hour he might, turn bad on you.
Are you speaking from personal experience?
Not at all, man.
That is the one. All right, Chance, before we leave your intro, I'm coming in close up. Tell them your advice.
First of all, this is the Snowcat, a incredible shirt. But this over the last weekend, my father turned 70. We had a party out there, and I've been ordering the same extra large because it's weird. My shoulders are double X size. My waist is not. And so if I get a double X, it looks like a dress on me, but the XL looks kind of squished. So I still love the poncho shirts. I wear them. I'm at the birthday party, and my dad's buddy is wearing a poncho. I said, great looking shirt. We speak for them on the show. They're my favorite, blah, blah, blah. And he's telling me, he's like, what size are you? We're about the same size. And I said, man, I've been wearing the extra large. He goes, I got you. Get the double X slim. It is the most perfect fitting poncho I've ever got. It's comfortable at the top. It slims down towards the waist. So for anybody that's 6'3", 245 pounds or over, double X slim.
Look at that. The double X slim suggestion. Don't forget
Speaking
about
of.
that. I was going to say, Bo may be rocking a double X slim.
It is the Fair Hope.
As far as drinks tonight, I am still loving the pineapple Deep Eddy vodka, a little bit of that, and a splash of water, a water excuse on top. It is tasty, makes it taste like vacation. Your lower right, as always, is Jason Dick. Jason Dick, what are you drinking tonight?
Well, first of all, I'd like to comment on the sizing of the ponchos as well, because I guess I'm like Bizarro Chance, where my waist is a 2XL, but my shoulders are not. So I didn't know anything about this 2XL slim, but if you guys are doing that sort of thing, Poncho, can I get an XL Husky? Because I would love to tell people that I'm an XL, and yeah, so work that into the whole algorithm, if you will.
Hey, they are facing the SEC, Jason. A lot of SEC schools are coming to Poncho. That would fly well in most SEC towns.
There's plenty of XL Huskies out in this corner of the country. I think that's a free idea for you, Poncho. There you go.
Love it.
You guys know me to be a very cultured person. So today when I was at the store and I saw a de mi país. I was like, that sounds like what I need tonight. De mi país. I habla español. That means delicious. And this is a leche con pulpa. All right, a leche juice drink with pulp. And since today is Cinco de Mayo, I thought this would be the perfect time to raise a Hispanic beverage to our cult. Yeah.
Very nice.
Cinco de Marcho?
Cinco de Marcho.
What are you talking about?
It's the old, yeah.
It's March 5th is not Cinco de Mayo? I don't speak the language.
No.
You know what? If you have the spirit of Cinco de Mayo alive in your heart, it's holiday season year round. Okay.
Yeah. It's Cinco de Mayo somewhere. Is that what you're telling us?
Yes.
For those of us that drink Dos Equis, it's every day is a Cinco de Mayo day.
Every day. That's true. That is true. If you're drinking the right beer and the right stuff, every day is Cinco de Mayo.
And you know what tomorrow is, Jason? Speaking of, I mean, it's not Cinco de Mayo, but
Seis de Mayo.
Tomorrow is Seis de Mayo, otherwise known as, it's when we celebrate the Alamo. So, I mean, there is a little Mexican in that.
There were some Mexicans there.
Yeah. A lot more than there were.
There were.
Like today.
Probably
today.
It was kind of like the old joke that Ron White tells. I didn't know how many it would take, but I knew how many they were going to use.
Yeah. Jason Dick reporting live from the Alamo. There are a few Mexicans here. Yeah. Yeah. There are.
By the way, I don't know what a lychee is, but I don't approve. It's not
Isn't leche milk?
Not leche, leche.
Lychee. Lychee juice drink. I don't know.
It's spoiled milk.
They say leche in English.
I see the chats piling in. We're going to get weird right away. But first, we need to finish the introductions. Your lower left, as always, is the country gorilla, I think. Although it would appear that tonight, Bo Edge has become Ezekiel Edge or Jebediah Edge. What is going on with mustache, no beard, my brother?
Okay, I had an accident when I was shaving my nose hairs and accidentally took out the mustache.
You had an accidental nose hair accident?
Yes, and what can only be described as the most ironic, stupid-ass shit thing that happened to me in just this last week.
Wow.
I have been diagnosed, by medical professionals, it's known as tendinitis of the elbow.
No.
But it's more appropriately known as golfer's elbow.
Okay.
I don't play golf anymore. I didn't have a golfer's elbow when I actually swung
clubs. What have you been doing over there, Bo? That's what we need to ask.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
A lot of rolling the dice.
I heard that joke this freaking week. My arm is yellow and purple going all the way up to my armpit.
Yeah, I went to high school with a bunch of guys like that.
Yeah, no. And so when I was trimming my damn nose hairs, I had a elbow spasm and I went right through the middle of it. So I had like kind of a half-C mustache.
Nice.
Oh my God, you slipped and chopped your mustache in half?
And so then what do you like?
The reverse Hitler.
I was like, screw it, the whole thing's coming off. But
that is.
It's got to be, if you're a country gorilla, how do you know where the nose hair starts and the mustache begins? It's all kind of just
cultured country gorilla because I have to go into business places when I'm not doing this jackassery. So I try to at least shave once in a while.
So this is a great moment because everybody knows that the Amish don't have electricity and they churn their own butter. Do they make their own beer? What are you drinking tonight, Hezekiah?
I'm drinking my buddy. It's brown water made by Buffalo Trace.
made by Amish buffaloes. Okay, fair enough. There you go.
What we did is we just recycled all the bottles the Canadians want to get rid of our brown water.
I'll take them.
Send them all to me. Canada, I'll pay the shit. Just bring it on down. Bring all the brown water right on down.
You'll apply the country gorilla tariff to the Canadian whiskey.
100% of all your brown water you don't want, I'll take it.
They do make a little bit of whiskey up there as well. All right. We hope everybody's having a good night tonight. It looks to be a weird show as always. Scott is rocking some pineapple White Claw with a little touch of vodka. All right, Scott, whatever does it for you.
You're using the White Claw as a mixer?
That's
a trouble, man.
Chris Bennett's out in Washington State just drinking well water. Hey, if y'all hadn't had good well water, go find you something. Go outside of town. Go knock on the door of. Actually, don't do that. That's not going to work well. Well water's very, very good.
I want to go back to the White Claw as a mixer. That's full commitment, and maybe the first use that actually sounds good for a White Claw. Way to go, Scott. You're hitting it, bud.
It could work. That could work. Also, ATX Baits cannot get out of the bit to pick up where we left off. James Earl Jones does the voiceover of O.J. Simpson playing Earl Thomas. ATX Baits. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. Remember, if you're casting a movie on The Outsiders, the actor or actress must be dead. That's key. That's what we've learned.
Or it just has to be somebody that we think is dead. Because half the ones that came out last week, we were debating whether they were alive or not.
So bizarre. Just so
This is not
weird.
a pop culture show like Jason is used to.
Gene Hackman as Mac Brown.
Hackman would make a good Mac. That's a good call. Good call. Gene Hackman.
That would really upset my week, by the way. All I could think about was being a kid running around in my red underwear pretending I was Superman, and I hated Lex.
Lex Luthor?
Yeah, when I first heard that, I was kind of a little like, that's not what you want to wake up. Didn't have it on my bingo card that morning.
Yeah, he was a great Lex Luthor because he's the only Lex Luthor of my whole life that added just this little dash of humor. Well, and none of the others did. Everybody else was too serious.
He played a lot of a-holes, but he had a way of making you at least not hate him or not. You weren't rooting for the guy in certain things, but you weren't rooting against him. Like a lot of the guys that play the bad guy, you're just rooting against. Yeah. Gene Hackman just had a little bit of like, maybe there's a good part to him.
He made me root for him against Zod in Superman 2. I thought, well, I hate Lex Luthor, but I don't want Zod to kill him. Like, come on, man. We got to figure it out, Lex. Rest in peace to the great Gene Hackman. Before we get cranked up here with a little Longhorn discussion, Chance Mock, why don't you tell the kids about Arch Public and what they could do for them as we crank up March here in 2025?
Absolutely. And everybody's seen the dips and waves that have been going on with Bitcoin lately. We've also seen the announcement of a Federal Reserve type crypto type situation that they're coming up with. And so it's really an interesting time. And a lot of people are wanting to get into Bitcoin, but they're not sure how, number one. Number two, everybody wants to think, oh, is it too high? Is it not? Well, guess what? The people at Arch Public, they have an incredible algorithm that will buy Bitcoin at the dips. It'll buy it strategically so that you're adding it to your portfolio in a very strategic way, all done with computers and algorithms. People at Arch Public, they got several other things that you can get into if you just want an account that's trading on the swings or trading the futures market. There's all sorts of products, but you got to talk to them. The guys over at Arch Public, they are leading the forefront of what's going on in buying Bitcoin right now, and it's pretty incredible. Scan that QR code or hit me up on social media, and I'll hook you directly up with Tillman and those guys. You can discuss it with them. As always, we're not telling you what to do. All we're saying is you should have the conversation. So check them out, Arch Public.
All right. That, of course,
QR code always gets me.
I am telling them what to do because I am taking the lead here for a second because humble brag Chad up in this general region, if you don't know, Outsider Nation, his daughter, the artiste that she is, Madison Hastings, made a vase that qualified for state.
Yes.
Although I told him he's too humble to brag on his people, but y'all know I'm not humble about anything, so I'll brag on everybody's people. Madison Hastings is going to state representing Elgin for her vase. So kudos to your child.
She is. Only a slight correction. Vase is the name of the competition. She is going for a painting that she did. Vase is it's like an acronym for the competition. So
well,
we don't even have to worry about breaking a vase
on Facebook. But I wanted to congratulate your daughter because she's an awesome young lady, and that's cool.
Yeah, very cool. The only only one from Elgin from Elgin High that got to state. So as I told my mom yesterday, I did not have the backhand stroke to get to state, but my daughter had the brush stroke to get to state. So Congratulations. Very cool. That's coming up in April. So we'll see. We'll see if she can bring it, can bring even more home. That was very, very cool. Thank you, Bo. I appreciate it.
Hey,
and as Bo knows, for anyone who follows my wife on Facebook, she's a proud mama, and she's going to let you know everything that young lady does. So.
You know what?
She should.
You have a right to be proud. You have an amazing daughter who kicked ass.
She's very cool. I do not know where all this artistic talent came from. We'll thank grandfathers and other people because it didn't come from me and it didn't come from my wife. Neither of us we can barely draw a straight line. So I don't know where it all came from.
Your Lou Holtz is pure art, Chad. Pure art.
Thank you. I appreciate it. That's a straight line I can deal with, Jason. From here to Notre Dame, that's a straight line. But I can't. I've never been able to paint. You know what I'm saying? Never been able to do it.
Jason, did you ever make it to state in something?
I lost the 1993 Little League baseball state tournament to Clute, and those motherfuckers, they had 3 guys with mustaches, okay? This was before the Danny Almonte birth certificate thing. I always just wrote it off because if you look up Clute on a map, it's right next to all these power plants. I thought they were some kind of mutants, but I'm telling you, those kids were 15 years old.
They were smoking cigarettes, reading the paper, drinking coffee, and smashing Jason's team.
Yeah.
Terrible.
It was bad.
That is bad. That is not good. All right. By the way, coming up, we got a little Mach 5 Top 5 for you guys, brought to you by Integro. In fact, not only that, just a preview. Look at that. We got a little logo for you. Look at that. That's right. Presented by Integro Construction Services. You'll see that again here in a second. Today's version, this week's version, will be paying tribute to a Longhorn team that's off to a pretty damn good start to their season. We will get to that. We are going to talk about some of your favorite movies of a certain style. We'll see where Chance Mock wants to go. First off, gentlemen, let's get a little combine talk in. 14 Longhorns go to the combine, and some of them look pretty damn good. What stood out to you guys? I could try to pick one guy, but, man, there was a lot going on. Fastest guy at the combine, once again, a Longhorn. Is that where y'all's brain goes, right to Golden, or is it somebody else? Bo, let me start with you.
Well, I would say it has to be Golden because he's the guy that elevated his position and locked down a grade that many people were not understanding. You know, you were starting to see Matthew Golden in mock drafts. You were starting to see him mid to late first round, and people were like, no, it's going to be Bond. And Texas fans saw the greatness of Matt Golden catching the football, body positioning, everything he does, but the nation really hadn't. And this was his coming out party that justified. Chance is pissed because Buffalo won't be able to get him at 30 because he'll be gone. If he wouldn't have had the combine that he had, Buffalo would have not screwed up again and not taken the Texas receiver. They would have took Matt Golden.
Well, I'm telling you, it's funny because there was a tweet that I replied to from 550 WGR the day after the Bills and the Chiefs game. And they said, you know, who do you want the Bills to take at 30? And my reply was Matthew Golden. The problem is when people start seeing him in person, his stock's going to go through the roof. And that's what you saw happen this week is people see him in person and they realize he's not a tiny frame. He's got a nice frame on him, incredibly explosive. But to me, the guy that stood out, and it wasn't a combine performance as far as the measurables, it was the way he threw the ball. Quinn Ewers looked damn good. And there was a lot of teams, I think, that are secretly holding this little card behind, and they don't want to pump up how much they actually like the way Quinn threw the ball. It's amazing when you don't have a partially torn oblique, how much better you can throw a football.
Well, but Chance, and you know I'm about as big a Quinn homer as exists. This combine was made for Quinn Ewers. Quinn Ewers, by anybody's account, is the best pure spinner of a football in this draft. Even they know it. There are certain things he lacks that will keep him from being drafted in the higher first round. But Quinn Ewers throwing a football against air is about as beautiful a sight as you'll ever see.
Yeah.
So,
Jason?
Objection, Your Honor. Homerism. Listen, I don't want this to come off as a hater take. And it's just one man's opinion, not mine. But I heard Todd McShay say today, Todd McShay, draft guru, that Quinn Ewers is likely a third-round draft pick who will have the chance to start, but most likely is a very solid career backup in the NFL. And again, ask Colt McCoy. That is a tremendous way to make a living, okay, is being the number 2 on the depth chart at that position. The thing that upsets me, and this is a can of worms we've opened a million times, and who would I be if I wasn't here to open it again? You're telling me that we kept the likely number 1 overall pick in 2026 on the bench for a third-round career backup quarterback?
Objection, Your Honor. 2027.
I was about to say, would you please give that man 2 years? Every Longhorn fan wants 2 years.
Look, if he went in the draft today, he'd be drafted number 1. Okay, whenever he wants. Okay, if he take a COVID year, Arch. If he waits till 2030, he will be the number 1 pick, unless he gets in there next year and craps the bed. And we hope that that's not the case. He'll be the number 1 overall pick. And so it just once again makes me sad that I'm like, he's played this many meaningful snaps.
Yeah, in case you guys don't know, if you haven't watched The Outsiders, maybe it's your first time, your lower left is the Quinn Ewers fan club. Your lower right is the Arch Manning fan club. Big time.
Arch Madness, baby.
Oh, hold on. The difference is I actually root for Arch Manning to succeed. He doesn't root for Quinn.
I do root for Quinn, and I agree with everything both of you said. I thought, watching him work out, I was like, that's really good. And you're right. He can spin the thing. I hope for only good things for
and
my guy, Quinn Ewers.
The other thing that helped him, we talked about this, guys, with Ward and Sanders not throwing, and then with Milroe not throwing, although I don't think Milroe would have affected this, the guys around Quinn were not great. And I kind of figured that's what it would be going in. And I got even more inconsistency than I thought. I didn't know Dylan Gabriel was going to look that inconsistent. And Will Howard, guys, oh my God. Will Howard had every Ohio State fan there, and they were trying to cheer him, and they were trying to blame receivers. But if you're Quinn, there was nothing better than Will Howard following you in those reps. Nothing. There's nothing you could have hoped for that was any better than that, because he was airmailing everything right after Quinn had nailed a couple of routes. It was perfect.
I think that was great. I think we have to say Barron Sorrell looked phenomenal running. I'm sure he opened some eyes with how big that dude is and how well he runs. And then we all knew what Jahdae Barron is, right? We all know what he is. But I think people having the chance to see him up close and in person and watch how he moves, he solidified himself. I'm telling you, the dude is running up the draft board right now, and he's going to be – it wouldn't shock me if he wasn't a top 12 pick.
Yeah. Couple quick things here. First off, Scott, we just appreciate you throwing money down. Thank you for the $4.99. If you had something you wanted to add, obviously do that. You can.
I think
like
he came back with
way better. Just pump money at the problem. If there's a problem, throw money at it. You'll be
scroll up a
all
little.
right.
He follows up with it right after that.
Oh, did he come back? Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, I just want to make sure I missed. Is this it? Where'd it go? Where did he go? Oh, here he is. Here he is, right there. Maybe here. Transfer portal and UIL. Is there any issue you think with recruiting high school players? Transfer.
I think it. Well,
is he talking about high schools recruiting other high school players? Is that?
So, I will say this: in the state of Texas, they are considering. I don't know if it's actually passed yet, but they're considering a one-time, anytime transfer for athletic purposes.
When they come back in session, that's on the docket, from what I understand, and it's going to get through.
You're talking about high school or college?
There will be a transfer portal for high school athletics.
Oh, that's a bad idea. That's a really bad idea.
But it's already going on right now. That's the whole thing.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Parents move, and then they get a new house or whatever. You're not supposed to do it for athletics, but now it's but to that point, just a broader expand on it into the NIL on the college level and the transfer portal on the college level. I think what it does is it's opening up an avenue, I think, for more high school. The avenue to go D1 right out of high school is getting smaller, but the opportunities for these other guys that are late bloomers is getting significantly bigger, because those guys have the opportunity to go to a smaller school and go play and then elevate up as they continue to develop, right? I mean, you look at a guy like Trey Moore, and there's no knock on UTSA, but a guy like Trey Moore, I mean, he's a Division I future NFL kind of guy, right? He's playing at UTSA. How many of those guys have we seen throughout the years come from the smaller schools? But now, like I said, because I think the bigger schools, they're going to handpick their high fours, 5-star guys, right? They may take a flyer here or there, but for the most part, they're going to start filling with transfer guys.
Yeah. Dumb question, Amnesty. High school players cannot make NIL dollars, and why not?
In certain states they can, but not all states.
Right. Okay.
Well, in Texas, the interpretation of it is you would have to be 18 years or older, and they made a uniform rule that since not everybody competing in high school varsity athletics is 18, they made it a general rule that you cannot, to be an amateur athlete, you're not supposed to collect money for what you do. It's the whole definition of amateurism, even though everybody has kind of just glossed over that and everything else. You know, I don't think it should go there. 16-year-old, there shouldn't be pressure being the kids maybe deserve some money in some of these programs like Allen or, where we went to Round Rock High or the Woodlands where go to one of those stadiums when they have 30,000, 40,000 people, all paying to be there. Those kids probably do deserve something. But the flip side of that is you're trying to avoid putting the pressure of that on those kids on top of everything else. On top of having to be the star athlete and do things around your classmates, now you're also expected to provide for your parents who couldn't afford it. There's got to be a line somewhere.
I'm just thinking of all the money I missed out at the C.D. Folks Middle School B team basketball. And I mean, I was pouring in 6-7 points a night, guys. I could have really cashed.
Were you making in the opposing team's basket? Because there ain't no way.
How dare you? How dare you, Bo Edge?
Are you snowbirding against your own team?
How dare you?
Layups for your opponent.
You know that I am deadly from downtown and a beast from underneath, okay?
Jason, if you had $1 for every rebound, just think about how many dollars you'd have today.
Yeah.
Exactly. What, 3 a game?
1.3 a game. $1.3.
Right. Exactly.
Jason was just the guy to keep stats.
That's it. All right, I think it is just about that time. It's a double celebration night on the Outsiders. Before we celebrate one baseball team, we will, I don't know if celebrate's the right word, but we will give some love to another baseball team. And that, of course, is the latest baseball team to beat my Aggies. UTSA, that's right. They got hats for you. If you want to go check out a little UTSA, look at this. Got some winter hats. It gets a little chillier. Got the 210, rocking it. Little San Antonio for you. They got all of that. Be sure to check that out. Of course, for you UTEP fans, not yet. I guess you're going to have to beat the Aggies in baseball before they get to you. Longhorn fans, they've got your stuff. Little El Bevo there. Texas fight. Where's that Longhorn baseball? There it is. A little Longhorn baseball for you and for Granddad. For you and for Pawpaw. You can check it out whether you're headed to the dish, getting ready for football. You got all kinds of great stuff with Last Stand hats. And remember, they are also the ones that bring you our hats, the Outsiders hat. That's right. 12 different color designs, different color combinations. Outsiders 10 is your promo code. So go get you some Last Stand hats. And hey, I'm the only Aggie that'll say it out loud. Congrats to UTSA. To the victor go the spoils. Texas State did it. UTSA did it. Was it in College Station for that one too, guys? Or was that at least in San Antonio? I hadn't even looked. I was too scared to look at the schedule. Every time I look at the schedule, A&M drops games.
I thought they were blue belt, but
oh my God,
I thought they were too, but I wasn't paying that much attention. I was too busy watching.
Texas State beat them there. Jason Sukumel reached out to me when Texas State beat him. He's like, "Oh, hey, my daughter's going to Texas State now, and she's really into baseball." And she let me know that Texas State beat the Aggies. I said, "Yeah, they did. They played well." I said, "And that was College Station." He's like, "Oh my God, I figured it was a home game for Texas State." The Aggies are definitely in a tough spot. They got about 50 days to figure it out because we're talking to you on a Wednesday. Tomorrow, Thursday, the 6th, Chance talked about it being Alamo, celebrating the Alamo and all that. It's also going to be 50 days until Schlossnagel faces the Aggies for the first time as the Longhorn coach. So should be interesting. And speaking of that Texas baseball team, Chance Mock. That is exactly who we're talking about tonight as we kind of use them to give us the motivation for the Mach 5 Top 5. Here it is. Big, bright, crazy colors. Mach 5 Top 5. And it is presented by the good folks at Integro Construction Services. To get us all caught up on that, Bo, you tell them a little more about Integro Construction Services. And I know the fellas are checking the show out a little bit. What's up, Integro folks?
There you go, Integro. Blair Howell and the team over at Integro can handle all your general contracting needs. But here's the thing you need to know about what Integro's got going on right now. Nanotech technology. The Go Nano, they are the first authorized dealer here in the Central Texas area. This nanotech stuff is awesome. It takes less than a day. They spray it on your roof. Remember the wind that we went through on Tuesday? Blowing stuff, shingles off the roof, garbage cans going down the road. If you'd have had a nanotech roof, you're good. Don't worry about hail damage. Nanotech is the only one that is graded for over 90 miles an hour of wind, hail, all the things that can go bad. Most of the spray-on stuff is just to prevent sun damage and light rain damage. No, these will protect from any kind of water, any kind of sun, any kind of wind, any kind of hail. Add 15 years to the life of your roof for less than the cost of the deductible you'd have to pay if something happened to the roof. Integro will hook you up. Give them a shout. 987-1273. That's 987-1273. Scan the QR code right there, or just find them online, integrocs.com. Integro is your home for nanotech. It is an amazing product that, like I said, adds 15 years, comes with a 15-year warranty. Integro is your call. 987-1273.
There you have it. Integro bringing you each and every week the Mach 5 Top 5. So this week, the Mach 5 Top 5. It is your favorite baseball movies of all time in honor of the Texas baseball team.
Harry Carey on Adderall there. That was
Mach 5.
Hold on. Kudos to Chance, the artiste that made the logo. Although I do think he stole the color scheme from Who Framed Roger Rabbit. But other than that, that's an amazing job by the Mach 5 Top 5.
It's a good call. Good call. All right, Mach 5 Top 5. Texas baseball off to a great start. Top 5, your favorite baseball movies of all time. Mach 5. Where do we start? Uh-oh. Muted.
This one was hard. It was very difficult.
Okay.
My honorable mentions: 8 Men Out and The Bad News Bears. 8 Men Out was a phenomenal movie. It was incredible. I loved it, but didn't make the cut. Bad News Bears is just legendary.
Bad News Bears is out? Bad News Bears didn't make it?
It's honorable mentions.
All right. Hit us. It sounds like a serious list.
Let them play. All right. Number 5 of the Mach 5's Top 5. One of my favorite movies because a Bill Haywood must listen when he gets a suspension, and that is Little Big League. Love the movie. It's phenomenal. Always one of my favorite movies.
Bill Wagman.
Such a good movie.
Only the people that have seen that movie know the Bill Wagman reference.
Little Big League. Okay.
Little Big League.
All right.
Number 4, because it's a tearjerker, because it's gritty, and because I love it for the love of the game. Okay. Costner gets that last little no-hitter. Oh, it's so good. So good.
Okay.
Number 3, Boy Wonder himself, The Natural.
Okay.
Breaking out lights, falling down. We got shards of glass and sparkly lights coming down, like the lights all of a sudden turn into sparklers.
What was the name of the bat? What was the name of the bat? Did the bat have a name? It had a light. Lightning. Wonder Boy. There you go. Thank you, Wonder Boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Number 2, just because it's effing awesome, everything about it, Major League.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You cannot have a baseball list without Major League.
Okay.
Now, before we get to number 1, the first out, number 6 on my list, the first out, 42. I thought 42 was absolutely phenomenal when it came out. I thought it was great. Did you not see that movie, Jason?
He's like
No.
He's like Joe Lenardi now. First out
good.
and second in.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Chance, I'm more of a 61 guy, but no, that movie's good. But I'm like, is first out above the honorable mention?
No, it was the first. No,
this is
because I can't tell number 1 until I tell the first out. So the first one that didn't make the list is 42.
Okay.
It's not on there. My number 1, because little kids chewing tobaccos and the 4th of July fireworks and running around trying to run away from a giant dog. The Sandlot is the greatest baseball movie ever made.
The Sandlot gets the first spot.
Run down your list again.
Wow. So here we go. He's going Little Big League, For the Love of the Game. Number 3 is The Natural. Number 2 is Major League. And number 1 is The Sandlot. Wow. I like the fact that Chance let his inner child pick at least 2 of these. That is great. Like the inner child got to pick 1 and 5. That was beautiful.
The fact that 42 didn't make it for me shows that my inner child, because 42 was when I was later in my life. I think it came out in 2013 or 14.
That is so great. Scott says, yes, must be a big Sandlot fan. All right, hang on. Let's see. We'll get that in just a second. We'll get that one. Hang on. ATX Bates has a weird idea. $4.99 as the self-appointed outsider sergeant of weird. The Mach 5 Top 5 deserves a stripper DJ voice intro with that neon sign graphic. Bates, I'll give that a shot here in a second. We'll give that a shot.
I'll take a swing at that too. Working hard for you on stage 9. It's Mach 5.
I did used to play up the 5 a little bit. We could do that. There we go, guys, with a Mach 5 Top 5 for you. He's working hard. Stage 3, Destiny. Stage 3. All right. Okay, so that is the 5. Jason Dick gets first say because he loves to tell Chance when he's wrong. Jason Dick, what do you make of that list?
First of all, I love The Sandlot being number 1. You're killing me, Smalls. Excellent work on that, Chance. I love, what is the dog? The Beast?
The Beast.
If you go back, and I guess it's fine because this is told from somebody's memory, but if you see when the Beast swallows that home run, he's like a goddamn Tyrannosaurus Rex, okay? It's like eating a Tic Tac. And then later you meet the Beast, dog. And he's a normal sized dog. But yeah, he was so big when he swallowed that home run. Major League Classic, that's great. I gotta say, I don't know what this film 8 Men Out is, but it sounds like an adult movie that pops off during Pride Month. I'm not sure what.
It was actually John Cusack.
And it's the Shoeless Joe Jackson story.
The Shoeless Joe Jackson story.
You got Little Big League, but you got no Rookie of the Year, Henry Rowan Gardner, Rosenfluffer, Gary Busey as a kind father figure type.
That was the first time it unlocked a new fear.
Hey,
this is why I didn't.
It's Timothy Busfield. Timothy Busfield is the way better father figure.
Look,
and Ken Griffey Jr. gets robbed of a home run.
Hey, this is why I didn't take it, Jason. And this is a true damn story because I unlocked an entire new fear watching that movie as a child of getting stuck in between 2 rooms in the hotel. Everybody forgetting about me.
Daniel Stern, right?
It was Daniel Stern.
Yeah,
it always bothered me. Killed me.
But I'm not going to put that in. I am going to, let's see, I got to kick one out, right?
Yeah, you
do. For Love of the Game, is that Dennis Quaid?
Kevin Costner. Kevin Costner, kind of a love story, baseball story at the same time movie.
What's the Dennis Quaid?
Dennis Quaid is the rookie. The rookie.
You know what? Just because Kevin Costner, the rich man's Dennis Quaid, the second best Quaid brother, you're getting kicked out for The Love of the Game because I'm putting in, this is my number 1 favorite baseball movie of all time. What a pussy liberal. League of Their Own, all right? Kit, Dottie, Madonna, Rosie O'Donnell before she sucked. Tom Hanks as Jimmy Dugan takes the longest pee in film history. John Lovitz.
You look like a penis with a hat on.
We're the members of the All-American League. We come from cities
near and
far.
We got Canadians.
Irish We're one for all. We're all for one. We're all American.
I mean, I'm not saying it's a
Jason, the most important question is: are you Team Kit or are you Team Dottie?
I mean,
who did you side with in the argument?
As a catcher, I have to be Team Dottie. All right,
okay.
Well,
but
it has to be Dottie.
I was
She's a
Team
better
May.
athlete. She's
Let's
better
be real
looking.
honest.
She's not a whiny bitch. It's Team Dottie.
yeah.
No, Team May. That's the right answer.
Oh, well, all the way May is a
All the way
different
May.
story.
That's a different chance. We're picking different teams there. You're picking different teams there.
If we're just comparing the two sisters, Gina Davis wins in every category.
Did Dottie drop the ball on purpose?
Yes.
No, I'm a no on that.
Yeah,
No.
she did.
No.
There's
She
no
wanted to go home
age-old
and have
debates
relations
like
with
that.
Bill Pullman. Lots and lots and lots.
There's
Yeah,
no
I don't think
age-old
so.
debates like that in For the Love of the Game. All right.
Yeah.
That's
All
I'm
right. So Jason is adjusting with a for the love of the game out a league of their own into the discussion. By the way, Chris Bennett for $2 on the super chat. Lou, do a Hanks line from a league of their own. You know what? Of course, it's hard. The hard is what makes it great.
That's the
If
best
it
line in the
wasn't
movie.
hard, everybody can do it. There you go. That's one of the best Tom Hanks roles ever. ATX Bates throwing in his own list. He likes Bull Durham, which has not been mentioned yet. Major League Sandlot, Bad News, and Field of Dreams, the other Kevin Costner classic that we had not gotten to. All right, so that's what it looks like after Jason takes his crack at it. Before we really throw it to the people, Bo, give me a breakdown. We now have League of Their Own in. What do you make of the list at this point?
Okay, well, I know which one I'm getting rid of because it shouldn't belong in the top 10.
Okay.
The Natural's out. That movie is
The Natural is out. Okay.
terrible.
All right.
Bo sucks.
I know, but that's okay.
Robert Redford fans running for the hills at this point.
There's two here, but I'm hoping that you come through in the clutch, Chad, because as a math nerd, I'm going with Robert Redford's co-star in Endgame, a great thriller, who became Billy Beane, general manager of the Oakland A's, Moneyball.
Moneyball. Okay. I've never seen Moneyball.
Really? Oh, it's
Jonah
great.
Hill is awesome.
Okay.
Yeah.
Brad Pitt is
Here.
awesome.
Two problems
Cameo from David Justice eating a Snickers bar being awesome.
with Moneyball. Billy Beane, played by Brad Pitt. He's like, there's one scene where he's driving around in his truck and he's like, oh my God, if this crazy scheme doesn't work, I don't know if I'm going to make it. You're Brad Pitt, okay? You're too handsome to ever worry about anything. Billy Beane was a nerd, okay? Brad Pitt miscast in this role. And that's a smaller issue maybe that only I care about. A young Chris Pratt is Darren Toddable.
He was
Tartable?
Scott Hatterberg.
Yeah.
And Hatterberg.
Okay, there. Thank you. They move him from catcher to first base because he has a good on base percentage, and they want to keep his bat in the lineup. And Chris Pratt's all freaking out because he doesn't know if he can handle it defensively at first base. I didn't play baseball at a high level, guys, but I was a catcher, and I got far enough to know if you could play catcher, you could play first base. Okay, it's kind of like a day off. All right, and so yeah, him freaking out that he doesn't know if he can play first base. I don't think so.
Okay, Bo, there's a couple comments in here for you. First off, somebody says it's Spy Game, not End Game.
Hey, can I tell you a little funny
Great
trivia?
movie on Spy Game, though.
Because
Like,
End
that
Game is a Marvel movie.
Operation Takeout for the win.
Okay, fair
Dinner
enough.
Out.
Chance,
Operation Dinner Out.
Chance, what'd you have there?
It was Spy Game. Is that the one where Brad Pitt was playing the international?
Yeah.
Okay. So the home that my father currently lives in, Brad Pitt stayed at that home for 2 weeks because the guy that built that house that lived in it first, before Adam Dunn, was the guy that movie was made after, the real life guy. And Brad Pitt went and stayed at the house for 2 weeks just to like be around him, learn the character, learn how he talks, talk to him about stories. So when I go to my dad's house, I can say, Brad Pitt used to stay here.
That's not bad. That is not bad at all. We got a lot of good chat. A lot of good chats coming in. Big Cheddar, also Team Dottie in the discussion.
Oh, this isn't even debatable. Like
Chris Bennett, Team Betty Spaghetti. See, there you go.
That's a debate. Team Dottie versus Team Betty Spaghetti. Now we're talking.
It is
Team Dottie versus Team Lori Petty. Lori Petty sucks.
It is such
character sucks. Everything about her.
I love me. Hey, look, I love Dottie and Kit.
She's the reason Keanu Reeves almost died in Point Break. If she wasn't there, he'd have just been surfing and having fun.
Yeah.
If she would have gone and got kidnapped, Bodie wouldn't be dead. They'd just be riding some waves.
I'm sorry. I love surfing. I love it.
She's not coming back.
I love it. I am an FBI agent.
50-year storm, Bodie.
50 years, the 50-year storm, man. All right. Before I take to this list and see if I can perfect it, let's get a little love to one of our great sponsors. And that, of course, is Specs. In fact, you know what? Lisa would have been really good in a league of their own. She would have really added to the lineup. And if you need to add to your lineup with a new bottle of, anything, hit Specs.
As a Texas family-owned business, we know you don't mess with Texas. And you won't find more ways to raise a glass of Texas-made cheer than right here. So whatever you're planning, we're ready to get you ready.
All right. So from an inner child baseball movie standpoint, I'm a little upset Bad News Bears has not crept into this list because it is one of my favorite baseball movies for that part of it. But I'll also say, fellas, there are 3 baseball movies I swear by, and 2 of them are in the list already, and I could get selfish to get the other one in there because my other one is Bull Durham.
Yeah.
I didn't see Bull Durham when I should have way back in the day. It just missed me somehow because I'd always see it on TV, and I knew I didn't want to see it on TV. I knew I needed to see it legit. And finally I did, and it held up big time. And it is one of my 3 favorite, one of my holy trinity. I'm a Major League of Their Own, and Bull Durham guy. Those are my 3 big baseball movies because I got to have some comedy in my baseball movies. Those are my 3. So I want to find a Bull Durham spot, and I'm just trying to figure out where to put it. I don't want to insult all you Sandlot people, but I think it's a highly overrated movie. But Chance put it at 1, and all of you seem to agree. So I don't want to take it out because I don't want to do that. To me, it's just an okay movie, but I know people worship it. I'm gonna leave it in there. I'm gonna leave it in. Sandlot's got to stay. Major League's got to stay. I don't love the Moneyball choice from Bo. I don't know if is it really that good a movie? Really? Is a movie about Billy Bean like top 5 ever?
You're the arbiter of truth, but you haven't even seen it. So how would you have an opinion?
It's probably the only baseball movie ever nominated for Best Picture. Like, it's pretty good, James.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. That's perfectly fair.
It didn't crack my top 10.
By the way, honorable mention from me.
I said The Natural was a piece of ass.
What about Trouble with the Curve with Clint Eastwood?
Trouble with the Curve is great.
Justin Timberlake's a baseball scout. What more do you need? It's a good movie. I
like anything with Clint Eastwood, though. Sentimental.
Yeah. Man. Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be selfish and ignorant at the same time. Because Bo's right. I haven't seen Moneyball, but I've seen Bull Durham. I'm going to say Nuke LaLoosh trumps Billy Bean. We're putting Bull Durham into the 3-hole. Bull Durham, 3-hole. We're going Sandlot, Major League, Bull Durham, League of Their Own, Little Big League.
Hold on, just for the record.
Inner children still get their spot. Bo just loses his executive baseball movie.
No, that's fine. I don't even Chance, somehow Little Big League actually did make it in to the top 5. And I think you and I might be 3 of the only 5 people in the universe
Chad,
I've never seen it.
You could have kicked Little Big League out and kept Moneyball. Little Big League is the poor man's rookie of the year. Like, he's the owner of the team, right?
Are you suggesting that's what I should do? Jason,
realistic compared to rookie of the year?
That's what you think I should do?
No, it's exactly perfect just how you did it.
You're sure?
Rookie of the year sucks.
No, we're not talking about rookie of the year. I'm trying to put Moneyball back in. But
I'm saying I'll put Moneyball back in. Chance, would you be heartbroken if Little Big League was out?
Yes.
Will it break your soul? I'll leave Sandlot at number
I mean,
one.
how many managers leave the ballpark and go build tree forts with their friends?
How many guys get
I
trained
can
on
see,
how to be a baseball
how
player?
many-
from
how
Crash
many-
Davis?
How many high school? I mean, how many young children, young adolescent, Major League Baseball coaches who also, by the way, own the team, get to serve a suspension enforced by their mother for renting night nurses from Jersey?
I'm telling you.
Chance, how many
So,
baseball
hold on.
teams? How many baseball teams have to have a meeting on the mound because there's a wedding coming up and they're trying to figure
It's
out?
not
a
about Bull
gift?
Durham. The debate was between Moneyball and Little Big League.
Yeah.
Like Bull Durham's in.
I would like to say that Ron Washington, during his days, would leave to go build a tree fort. I would believe that.
I'm just gonna say, if you take little Big League, I'm gonna say from my friends at Major League, F you, Joe Boo.
Okay. All right. If nothing else, I just got a mental image of a powdered out Ron Wash smashing a tree fort. Like that's the best one. All right. We're gonna we'll redo. We'll go Sandlot, Major League. Bull Durham slides into the 3 spot. League of Their Own stays at 4. And Moneyball 5. Moneyball goes to 5. I'm sorry to Bull Big League. These are 2 movies I've never seen, but I'm guessing if I sat through both of them, Moneyball would win.
Right now, if we weren't on the YouTubes right now, you'd be getting beeped out kind of the same way a young Bill Haywood was getting beeped out for chewing out the umpire. Okay, I just want you to know that.
Okay.
Keep in mind that I'm a Little Big League fan. It was actually number 3 on my list when I made my original list. Moneyball just happened to be 2. But here's the only problem with Little Big League. The believability
problem
that Timothy Busfield is going to be taking guys' yard only to be robbed by Ken Griffey Jr. Leaves a little bit to the imagination.
Fair enough.
Not that this should be a determiner, but on Rotten Tomatoes, Moneyball, 94% fresh. Little Big League, 35.
Thank you,
Rotten
Jason.
Tomatoes gets everything wrong.
Jason,
you
just validated the judge's opinion. Thank you.
You know what they would say in Moneyball? Analytics, baby. Those are analytics.
That's right. We'll go with
Little Big League is the A+ version of what Rookie of the Year wanted to be without goofy fake arm injuries and Daniel Stern acting like a jackwagon.
Traces of Texas wants Pride of the Yankees to be considered. Randy reminds us it was nominated for several Oscars, including Best Picture and Best Actor for Gary Cooper in Pride of the Yankees is pretty badass. That is pretty good. Rex, there is no need for such activity, but he really liked he spurned the Jim Schlossnagle story. Oh my God. There's
a joke there about your new coach early, but I'm gonna let it go.
Hey, what about the Gene Hackman casting there? Gene Hackman as Schlossnagle.
No. As Chris Del Conte, the movie opens in a gloomy cemetery.
And then ends up at a McDonald's.
He's just waiting in his car. Baby. That's funny. All right. Yes, this is all in honor of that Texas baseball team. That's off to a
even better. This is what's so great about the interwebs is your friends over on the other site for your school that's not Orange Bloods.
Mm-hmm.
Like there are people going to the Snook Cemetery, lighting candles, doing everything they can to try to reverse whatever.
Are they really? Are they going over to Snook and eating the chicken fried bacon like backwards, upside down to try to turn it? Well, that's the best part of this too. There's no sport that's ever been invented that has more juju, superstition, and weirdness than baseball. So it's going to be like they're going to mix up new versions of the bubbles. Maybe you don't do the bubbles. Maybe you got to break the curse.
To parallel what's happening in baseball to what's happening with basketball, this is why and let's be real, we're 11 games into the season and Schlossnagle's off to a great start, but it hasn't been against, let's just call it elite caliber competition the entire time. But this is what it proves to Del Conte. When you hire the right guy, it has an immediate impact, both in fan turnout, support, and the perception of the program. Texas is already into the 12 hole. Texas is going to start every single baseball season ranked in the top 25, no matter what, because it's Texas. But Texas is moving up and doing things. The basketball team somehow managed to escape with a victory at Mississippi State, but it doesn't change what Texas basketball is right now. It's not a real watchable product. It's not something that makes you excited. Like, yes, I want to go watch that basketball team. Win or lose, they're going to go fight hard. No, this year's team, it's Trey Johnson's going to shoot a shit ton of shots, and if he makes a bunch of them, we find a way to win.
Well, can I ask one question?
Damn. Hang on, Jason. I was with you on the Moneyball thing, but damn, we took Little Big League out of there, and Bo just destroyed the show. What the hell happened? We were having good times, talking baseball movies, and all of a sudden, Bo, this reminds me of Texas basketball. What?
We were having too much fun, all right? Bo is the enemy of fun.
Somebody had to be the wet blanket.
What the
Why
hell?
are you the way that you are? Okay, no, but semi-serious question. Am I accurate in saying that the Texas women's basketball team lost one game during SEC play?
That is true. They play less games, but yes, they were 15-1 in the regular season.
Lost one game for a co-share of the regular season conference championship, correct?
Correct.
And we had the SEC Coach of the Year, correct?
I believe that's true. I'm assuming I haven't seen that officially, but I would assume, yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
And yet we only had one player make the all SEC either first or second team.
What? Is that right?
Yeah, it is correct.
Team basketball.
Madison Booker is the only one that did. You know what's funny, Chance, is the Texas men's basketball team will also only have one guy.
A little different.
He happens to be the leading scorer in the SEC and a guaranteed top 10 draft pick. Yet we are on the bubble.
But you know what the men's basketball team did, though? They did give one win to South Carolina. So we helped some people out.
They did do that.
Team
Very helpful.
To get 2 10-second violations with an 11-point lead with less than 3 minutes to play and take it to overtime. Kudos to the players for overcoming the great coaching they were getting in crunch time to cut out a victory in overtime. But, Jesus, it's unwatchable.
Yeah, it's tough.
I'll root for if it's wearing orange, I'm rooting for it. So I'm just choosing not to watch basketball right now so I don't have to yell obscenities at a team I love.
Big Cheddar says Madison Booker was the SEC Player of the Year as well. Very cool. They're waiting. They got the double bye in that women's tournament, and they don't play till Friday. Is that right? I think that's right. They play Friday.
How do you guys feel about this? All right. Rodney Terry, I haven't had a real job in 15 months, and Rodney Terry is more fired than me. The next head coach of the UT men's basketball team, Chris Beard.
No, good Lord.
Okay.
What?
One, that's not happening. And two,
what?
You can already see what's going to happen. Texas is going to beat Oklahoma on Saturday because Oklahoma sucks at life. So they're done. Oklahoma, I would never pick Oklahoma to beat Texas in anything other than noodling catfish out of a creek. They can win that battle because like I said, they suck at life. So when Texas beats Oklahoma and gets to a 7-11 in conference record, they're going to get a rematch most likely with Georgia in the first round of the SEC. If they win that, that will be another quad one win for them. They'll have 20 wins on their resume, and come hell or high water, even if it's a play-in game, Texas will make the dance. And if Texas makes the dance, Rodney Terry and his $5 million buyout, I think it's $5.6 million, they won't be able to get the money to buy his ass out, because if you have to buy out the 5.6, you also have to pay out the rest of the contract, someone else's buyout, to get a coach and then pay them.
Have you been on the 40 acres? They have a money printing machine in every building. Okay.
All you have to do is ask Cam Newton. Texas doesn't do anything. It's just money. They were never good before the NIL. Just Sark didn't change the culture.
If you happen to catch a glimpse of Special Forces on Fox, Cam Newton was on there. I think he just took one too many headers off a bridge, and it's not his fault.
Can y'all see? Maybe y'all can help me. Can y'all see the fun baseball show that I've lost? I thought there was a fun baseball show. Where did it? Maybe it's on the floor. What is happening? What is Longhorn fans? I didn't do this. You know who did this?
Bo did this.
Hezekiah Edge did this. He's got no.
I lost my mustache and I gained no sense of humor out of it.
He damn near cut his own nose off.
Nose hair.
He damn near cut his own nose off, and he has to make his own butter. All right, things are bad at the Edge compound, and that's why he's taking it out on all of us.
I love ATX Bates' idea.
All right, hang
Just
on.
hire Becky Harmon. Be the first.
Well,
lady
maybe get her
running
name
the
right.
program.
Maybe get her name right if you're so excited about
Hammond, right? Hammond. No, it's Rory Harmon and Becky Hammond have a kid, and it's going to be called Becky
Combined it? Okay, that's probably what it is. By the way, speaking of Bates, he also has a question for us, fellas. 199 Super Chat. Is Basketball a baseball or basketball movie?
So let's just say you're not the first one to ask this. This came up in our group text, and I was trying to decide what it was, which one it went to.
Uh-huh.
I think I'm going to save that for a later topic that we're going to do.
Okay.
And there's some other movies that are going to get thrown in that mix that y'all will be able to see.
It's a Jenny McCarthy movie, if you ask me.
When it comes to off the wall sports movies, that is one I've never seen. And I love Trey and Matt. I'm a South Park guy, and I've seen some of their other stuff. I've never seen it. Does it stand up? Is it good enough to watch?
It's good enough to watch. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Absolutely.
I'll check it out.
While your daughter is going off to state to show off her art,
yeah,
watch Moneyball. Watch
basketball.
Double
watch
feature.
Basketball. Okay.
Put in an order with the Rogue Shop. Call up Rogue Shop. Have them send you some goodies, and watch Basketball and Moneyball, and you'll be a happier man.
All right, we'll recap the Mach 5 top 5 of baseball movies. If you want to throw some in, you can into the chat. Throw us a super chat. They'll go right to the top. Also, thanks to our great partners like Covert Ford, it is Sergio time.
Hi, I'm Sergio Garcia, professional golfer.
And I'm Angela Garcia, a 7th-generation Texan. And as a child, I grew up on a ranch in the hill country, and we had countless Covert Ford vehicles on that ranch. I saw firsthand just how reliable Covert is and how their customer service cannot be beat.
And just like in golf, being reliable, on point, and consistent is the most important thing. So if you want the best of the best, visit our friends at Covert.
There it is, little vamos at the end. All right. By the way, a question for all you golfers, because I know all you guys will get out there and swing it. I watched this video the other day of, I think it was Billy Horschel, that dealt with the alligator at the tournament in Florida, like he'd been doing it his whole life, because he had apparently he and his dad, he's country, and he and his dad have been doing that his whole life. He's from Florida. Well, have you guys ever encountered a gator on the course? And are you like cool guy that can work grab the club and deal with the gator, or are you stay in the cart, somebody else deal with the gator guy? Jason, what do you do?
I've never seen a gator because I've never played in Florida. Okay. It's funny, on my old radio show, I had this ongoing thing about different animals that I could defeat in hand-to-hand combat. Horses run away from me every time they see me. I will mess a horse up. All right. I mean, of course, I'm an animal lover. I would never mess a horse up, but just don't start with me because I'll handle you. On land, I got a gator. All right, or at least he can't catch me. Okay, even in 1 foot of water, though, I'm dead. I have never seen a gator. I did once in Montana see a bear on the course, and I was like, I'm putting down par and going to 17, guys.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Bo, you played a lot in a lot of places. You ever had a gator encounter?
I've seen them in water, not on the shore. Not on the course. I played a couple tournaments in Louisiana, one at English Turn, and you'd see them come in and out of the water, or you'd see them sunning on an island, but nothing. I know Happy Gilmore, he's got my ball moments.
Right. Okay.
I was the GM at Plum Creek, snake heaven. So if you've played snake, there ain't nobody that's played Plum Creek that hasn't at least seen a snake. And most people have dispatched of one with prejudice with a long iron. I have done that. Our maintenance guys used to corral them all during the week, and Friday was snake day. They literally
wrangling
fried
day?
all the snakes, and you go into the cart barn, and there'll be like 50 of them all laid out on a table, cleaned up and ready to fry.
That's crazy. Chance, gator encounters?
One time in Myrtle Beach, but it's like Bo. They were on there was 2 of them that were on like a little island in the middle of the lake. Nothing close, but as Bo can attest, I'm the idiot that is stupid enough that would go try to mess with the gator. Like I'm that moron. Like
You would do it. Yeah.
I don't think I could resist the urge not to.
All you have to do, as has happened for the last 25 years of knowing Chance, is dare him not to, and then he will do it to spite you.
Right.
100%.
Well,
Like, you won't wrestle a gator. You damn right I will. Like,
the best part of it for me,
Chance, please go wrestle a gator. Nah, I'm good. Chance, you won't wrestle that gator. Fuck you, I won't.
Yeah. I mean, for anybody that doesn't think a golfer could be, whatever, can't have guts, it's not a manly thing, that whatever. This gator is going down the middle, headed towards the middle of the fairway. It is walking into that. If it keeps going, it's going to go right down the center of the fairway, and who knows? Horschel, calmly as he can do it, walks up with a long iron, and he just hits the gator like right here, just lightly, just boom. And it turns the gator towards the water, and then he just walks it into the water. And this crowd goes from golf clap to like,
it goes from golf clap to the waste management.
Yeah, because they know they could have been dead. They know the gator could have come after him. So well done, Billy Horschel. That was fantastic. All right, this is ATX Bates, $4.99 super chat. Tip jar chat. This episode's weirdness has hit an all-time high. I approve. Thank you, Bates. You help us be weird. Like you said, you're kind of our minister of weird. So if you think it's weird, then we appreciate you. And since we were just talking golf anyway, it's probably a good transition, because I wanted Jason to tell me that he saw a gator go into here. That he saw a gator go. What is this? Just Jason, what is this? Number 13, number 15? What is it?
Bo, help me out. I think it's 14, right?
15. It's 15.
That's 15. No gators. Y'all have never seen gators here.
No gators. No gators.
Star Ranch, as Jason can attest, is home of flying animals, birdies, eagles. There aren't no ground creatures at Star Ranch. It is birdies and eagles only.
That's right. That's right. Yes, the golf club at Star Ranch, my favorite golf course in all of Central Texas. How you doing, girl? I hadn't seen you in a little while. Looking good out there now. The sun is shining again. My favorite thing about Star Ranch, it's in perfect condition 12 months out of the year. I don't know how they do it, that magic Hoodoo water or something like that, but the fairways are always green, lush, the greens rolling true. No gators. No, there's no snakes other than the 40-foot birdies I'm rolling in. Am I right? Birdie available, eagle available, as you like to say. It is a golf course that if you're a great golfer, you can score really well. And if you're not the greatest golfer, you're going to have a good time, because it's fun layout, a lot of beautiful holes. Number 15 that you can see right there. Great place to host a tournament as well. If that's something that you're looking to put on, a charity event or the like, you can scan the QR code there, or call 252-GOLF to get details. Set up a tee time. It's the golf club at Star Ranch. No snakes.
Yeah, that would not.
No
gators.
I've played Star Ranch a bunch, and I've never seen a snake. Like I said, you play Plum Creek, you're going to see a snake.
Speaking of gators, you know who we played Monday night was little DJ Lagway's baby brother in baseball.
Really?
Let me tell you something. The two are built completely different. I think his little brother might weigh $105 and runs on toothpicks, but the dude straight flies. He laid down 3 months, made all three, was safe all 3 times.
Hey,
unbelievable.
Okay.
Chance, because I know there was a perfect game event down in Houston over the weekend. Our former Outsiders boy dropped not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 homers, including 2 to dead center. Chris Abbott's boy Cal was one of the, I don't know, they give away awards and stuff. Cal apparently in the 12U division had one hell of a weekend.
That sounds like an awesome weekend.
That's nice. That's exactly what you want. If you guys want to throw us any chats, we can get to it. ATX Bates threw us one there. If you missed it, here is your final tally on this week's Mach 5 Top 5. Mach 5 Top 5.
Has to be done in a stripper voice or it's not funny.
Yeah, right. We have to go
Stripper
with
DJ voice. Stripper
Oh,
DJ.
yeah, that's right. Not a
Stripper
voice
voices.
lady that smoked too many heaters.
Mach 5 Top 5, guys, presented by Integral Construction Services. We know you're building something right now. All right. All right, your final Mach 5 Top 5 for tonight. Number 5.
That one, Bo.
We got Moneyball into the number 5 spot. Number 4 is A League of Their Own. Who's Lou? Number 3 is Bull Durham. Had to get Bull Durham in. Major League is number 2. And The Sandlot, featuring The Beast and the late, great James Earl Jones, among other things, gets the number 1 spot. You're Killing Me Smalls, which that movie's probably 40 years old now, whatever. But because I'm so old. But The Sandlot ends up in the number 1 spot, because Chance's inner child ended up winning tonight. I couldn't resist. I couldn't do it. Couldn't take it out of that top spot. Sandlot.
You could who could ever, as a child, watch the scene with Wendy Peppercorn and when he fakes his drowning so that and then he ends up with her and has like 8 children. I can't remember what it said at the end. But they end up getting married and having like 8 children. So great. So many great little things in that movie.
Sandlot, great movie. Which movie has more quotes that you still use in your day-to-day existence? Sandlot or Major League?
Major League.
Oh, easily Major League. Easily. Easy.
Absolutely.
No question.
And there's so many underrated quotes from Major League. Like, it's not the ones everybody uses.
Dude, there's like 3 times a night at high school baseball games where I'm like, just a bit outside.
Are you saying Jesus Christ can't hit a curveball?
My favorite in the entire movie, though, is when they're going through the list and he goes, "This guy's dead." He goes, "Then cross him off."
Oh my God. Chance, my favorite part, and somebody gave a little, RIP to Bob Uecker earlier and everything. It's such a great role for him. My favorite part of Just a Bit Outside is that he adds in the phrase, "He tried the corner and missed," afterwards. It's so brilliant. Like, if you were listening on the radio, you'd have no clue how far out that pitch was, but he tried the corner and missed. That always floors me. A little extra.
It's like outside, ball 4, ball 8, ball 12. How are these guys laying off such quality pitches?
Oh my God.
Bob Uecker as Doc Hastings in Aggie Trader, the Chad Hastings story.
Now that would be a hell of a performance. Oh
Doc
my God.
Hastings, independent thinker, in case you need a
Damn right.
At some point before this show is done, we are going to have a 15-minute dissection of the Doc Hastings business card.
Yeah. And remember, fans, if you haven't been out to the ballpark lately, and judging by the attendance, you haven't. The Indians have won a few. All right. By the way, what was this? Oh, yeah. It was a little bit. Chris is not wrong. Chris Bennett knows me well. It was a little bit of a Harry Carey stripper D. That would be hey, we're going into the lunchtime. Do you have any money on you? She's coming up on the stage, Steve. Yeah. That'd be a weird stripper DJ.
On a Texas football note, did y'all see what Anwar released it yesterday on Orange Bloods, but the positional changes on defense?
Yeah.
That I'm sure y'all talked about them with Catch, but they seem like little things, but massive that they're already going there now.
Yeah, for those that might have missed.
I was about to say what they were.
Yeah. Well, you want to go ahead?
Yeah. Jelani McDonald moving from safety to star. So Jelani McDonald is now your new nickel, which means they really like Phil Same, or they think they're going to get God, name's escaping me, back from injury.
Derek
'Cause
Williams.
Michael Taft will be one.
Derek Williams.
Yeah.
Derek Williams.
Derek Williams. Name escaped me for just a second. They must have enough confidence in that to go ahead to now slide Jelani down. But that also means Jalen Gilbo, last year's star, is sliding to the outside, almost in that Jade Barron type, start in the inside at the slot and then move to the outside. Like that seems to be a transition flex point for Texas. They did it with Ryan Watts. They did it with Jade Barron. They did it with now Jalen Gilbo.
You know who else did that?
I think really is.
You know who else did that? And they had, and the same defensive backs coach was there, was Nathan Vasher. Nathan started as a nickel. He started on the inside as a freshman because they don't trust those young guys out there by themselves. And you kind of earn that ability to go out there.
But if that means they have enough confidence in the spring to put Gilbo out there, that means they are deadlocked on it's Gilbo and Manny Muhammad are your two corners. Like, so for a guy like Kobe Black, what does that mean? I mean, because, if they've moved Gilbo out there, that means he's put that spot on lock. But the third one that was the most interesting to me was Trey Moore was sliding to linebacker.
I like that, though.
Like, to show, partially it has to show the versatility of where he'd play out in the NFL, and that's why he came here to get to the NFL. But if you're the other linebackers, because one spot ain't going anywhere with Anthony Hill, and they only run a lot of two linebacker sets. If Trey Moore is cross-training to be that other linebacker, that spells problems for some of the, like, when you get the attrition in the end of the spring, these moves will be part of the reason why, because there will be a couple linebackers. I'm not going to names because they still have time to fight for their spot, but they just lost a spot to Trey Moore because he will be on the field as a 17th year senior who's obviously talented. Anthony Hill ain't going anywhere, and Texas only runs a lot of two line. They don't run a lot of three linebacker sets. They do sometimes, depending on the matchup, but there's some playing time that just went away with those moves.
Yeah, I'm interested in all three of them, see how they work, especially McDonald going to star. So that's very interesting. By the way, Chris Bennett, you just forgot the question mark, but we'll allow it. You put snot on the ball. Whatever I can. Someday you will too. Yeah.
Well, that was after he went to Vagisil. Like, you remember he had the whole deal. Bardol, Vagisil. Sometimes it gets a little hotter, a little jalapeno pepper in my nose, and get some snot on it. You put
jalapeno in my nose.
Snot on the ball.
Snot on the ball. Oh my God, so good. The baseball movie. This is one I've not seen. This Brockmire was a great TV baseball show. Did you guys ever watch this? This is the great Hank Azaria, right? And Brockmire.
Yeah. He's awesome. The bit kind of gets old after a couple of episodes, but yeah, it's good.
Yeah, not something I've seen, a ton of. Not a lot of multiple episodes there, but I know of it. I've just not been able to. I think it was on a streaming service I didn't have at the time, which
I prefer. If I'm going with baseball shows, it's hard for me to beat Kenny Powers.
Eastbound and Down was good. Yeah. That was solid. That was really, really, really solid. This one was baseball movies tonight for your Mach 5 top 5. If you want to slip one of those in there before we get done, we will take those. Also, we love telling you about all of our great partners on The Outsiders. We love telling you about cool stuff coming up on The Outsiders. And Bo, when you sent me this one, I went to make the graphic as fast as I could because this is one of my favorite things on planet Earth, and that is some good crawfish. Let's tell the people about it.
All right. Hoodoo Crawfish is by far and away the best crawfish company in Central Texas and beyond. Bunch of native Louisianans. The Sistrunk family, when they moved here, relocated after Katrina, they started Hoodoo Crawfish to bring the delicacies of Louisiana here. This is real crawfish. We're talking not just like when one of us gets the big pot in the backyard and does a bunch of sausage and mushrooms and everything. These guys are professionals. They go to boils. You can book them. You can scan the QR code. This weekend, they're at Whitestone Brewery right there in 1431 in Cedar Park. Pre-order now with that QR code or look them up on Facebook or Instagram. It is Hoodoo Crawfish. It's not that hard to remember. Hoodoo. Pre-order now because if you just go to Whitestone on Saturday, they will be sold out. They're going to cook 1,000 pounds, I think. They will be sold out in pre-orders because their reputation precedes them. They're at Latchkey in downtown Austin multiple times a week. There are multiple boils. They do Cajun Fest. If it's got good crawfish, it starts with Hoodoo. You want to check it out. Scan the QR code. It's the Hoodoo Crawfish Boil at Whitestone.
Why is it easy to remember, Bo? Why is it?
Hoodoo.
Who?
I tried not to laugh.
I did not. I laughed. That was me. Y'all heard.
Well, we have a running joke amongst some friends that know the guy that owns Hoodoo Crawfish, and another guy is like, I stole your recipe, except for I'm not as good, so I'm going to call it Doo-Doo Crawfish. He goes, I'm your competitor. So when we're joking around, we're like, we can't afford it, we'll call Doo-Doo. If we want good shit, we'll call Hoodoo.
Wow. All right. And now that imagery is into our head. Check out Hoodoo Crawfish. And that's cool that they're at the Whitestone Brewery. Whitestone Brewery has some really good beer, too.
They do, and it's their new location right there on 1431.
Oh.
They took over a bigger venue, more air conditioning, a little better vibe than the one that was in the back of the strip mall. They're in the same general area, just they took over the main storefront and not the one that was in the back by the railroad tracks.
Well, it sounds like next time Doc Hastings comes for a visit, we're going to have to come out there and investigate that new location. That's exciting.
Sounds like a plan.
Didn't know the Whitestone guys had moved. We'll come see you, fellas.
They have two locations now because they have one off in Liberty Hill as well.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I knew that one, and I haven't been out there either yet. That's another like a couple trips now that I need to make. If you guys want to throw us a chat before we get out of here, we will certainly look at ATX Baits. Just got to throw in something. We appreciate your baits. $1.99. Buy or sell. Boudin is better than the crawfish. Sell.
Bye.
Bye.
Not for me, babe.
Yes.
Fat
Crawfish.
guys like boudin more than crawfish. It's a lot of effort to eat as much.
So much
crawfish as
work.
I want the work. Bring the work. Bring the work, Baits.
No.
That's good.
Bring me a big old plate of boudin, and I'll take that.
I need a crawfish intern to do all the work for me, and then just bring me.
I ordered a thing off Facebook. Still hadn't shown up.
What?
Yeah, those things suck.
You ordered what on Facebook?
It's like a little
crimper, and you put it on the tail.
You put it on the tail.
It don't do shit.
It hasn't shown up.
I got like 6 of them in a drawer. They don't do nothing.
Chance.
I'm being lazy, and I own it.
I know you're an old man now. You gave us the genius of XX Slim earlier, but when you were going through football and you were trying to get that slant route right, or you were trying to get that out route right, if you cut corners, did it work? Did cutting corners get you to be a better route thrower?
It was a lot easier when I had the receivers. I did.
There you go. That too, but you got to put the work in, right? You got to put the work in. What are you doing? If you don't want to do work, don't eat crawfish.
Hey, I went today for lunch, speaking of crawfish, with 2 of the superintendents on a job I'm covering. And between the 3 of us, we put down 18 pounds of crawfish. I don't know how we did it, but it happened.
Well done. Well done. Getting yourself a little crawfish, boy.
Chad, put Rex's chat up there, all right?
Hang on, where's Rex?
This one here? Brand new. Yeah. What? No.
That's actually true. It was also a Fuzzy's taco.
This one.
You never watched Seinfeld? You don't know about Kramerica Industries? All right. We, the unemployed, need interns more than anyone. All right. We have no discernible skills. We need people to help us. All right.
Jason Dick Industrial Smoothing.
Why don't I feel like if there was a real life, like the movie The Intern, that if Jason went on there, he'd be like the Vince Vaughn character and outsell everybody and win the day?
Yeah, I think it would happen. Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt. All right. And does anybody else have any outsiders business before we head towards the exit? Everybody good on general outsider business?
Yeah, we're good.
All right. For you Texas baseball fans, we're going to remind you once again about the Jeff Onoveros tournament that is coming up. Bo, let them know the details on this one for those that want to get involved.
It's April 26th at Forest Creek Golf Club in Round Rock. Scan the QR code. Hit me up on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter if you want more details. It's a very good tournament. There's going to be a ton of ex-UT baseball players there. You can come take the title that me and my friends won last year. It's Trophy sitting right there. It even says best team. How about them apples? But seriously, Jeff Ontiveros was Central Texas legend, went to Round Rock High, went to University of Texas, caught the out of the national championship game in 2002. He tragically died last year or 2 years ago now. And his wife set up this foundation because all he worked in was youth athletics. Once he got done with playing baseball in the minors and beyond, he was coaching the youth of Central Texas in baseball. Sometimes as a paid position, sometimes just because he loved coaching. This tournament is to help his foundation, the Jeff Ontiveros Field of Dreams, to help bring baseball to underprivileged youth in Central Texas. It's a great event. Scan the QR code, hit me up, come on out.
There you go. Shout out to that tournament, doing some great work there. Thanks to all of you for jumping in. Like, subscribe, get those notifications. We appreciate you. If you didn't like the show on the way in, Bates is right. This is a good, weird outsiders. Good taste of what the outsiders is all about. Like it on the way out. We would definitely appreciate it. Also, on the way out, Bo, obviously the Jeff Ontiveros tournament has a kind of, obviously a serious angle to it as well. We'll also hit another serious angle before we get out of here. I know you want to tell people about how they can help after something, a tragedy that just happened.
Yes, there was a tragedy Saturday night in between Cedar Park and Liberty Hill. There was a multi-vehicle accident where a young 33-year-old man named Brandon Rogers lost his life. I knew Brandon. He was a friend of a friend of a friend, but he's got a wife and 2 children under the age of 3. He was the provider for this family. I'm not showing pictures. I'm not getting into the details or any of that. If you'd like to help this family out in Liberty Hill that has graciously done lots of things for other families in the Liberty Hill area, message me. Just message me on Twitter, message me on Facebook. I will send you the GoFundMe link to where you can help Kayla Rogers raise the money to take care of her 2 children under the age of 3. And I'm not asking for everybody, but if you're in the area, you may know the family, please reach out to me if you'd like to help. They can use it right now.
All right. Shout out to that family. I can't imagine what they are going through right now. Another good Outsiders show. Thank you guys again for jumping in. Remember, it's the Outsiders brought to you by Poncho Outdoors. Go to ponchooutdoors.com for all the great shirts. The other 3 fellas have those button-up shirts on tonight. I've got the T-shirt on. We love the Poncho stuff. They've got some cool stuff. Remember, look for those sales that come around where you'll get maybe a free hat or a sticker, or maybe it's a tote bag or something that goes along with it. Somebody be buy one, get one free, that kind of stuff. Maybe a buy 2, get 1 kind of thing that'll come around. But they have really, really good quality products all the way around at Poncho.
You're going to like the T-shirt I got you this time, Chad.
Yeah?
Yeah, I always get you a T-shirt.
I love a good Poncho T-shirt.
This is a different color than you're used to. It's going to change the vibe in the Hastings house.
All right. I'm all about it. I'm all about a change vibe. I can deal with that. That'll be fantastic. All right, y'all, enjoy your week. We'll be back next Wednesday at 8:30 for another Outsiders. Until then, y'all take care. Again, like, subscribe, get your notifications. Check out all the stuff on Orange Bloods Live. We really appreciate your support. Until next week, when we'll have another M5 Top 5 and all kinds of Outsider stuff. We are the Outsiders, and we are legitimately worth a shit. Y'all take care.